Hello. So, I promised, I delivered. So, and by that I meant it's early morning. I'm back to my early morning schedule. Today is 13th of December. The current time is 5:18 a.m. So, I still procrastinate slightly in the morning. I woke up around 4:30 and then, yeah, I could have done this a bit earlier. Probably do it earlier tomorrow again. Back to my old schedule. Um, so, yeah, I actually, even now, that the issue with procrastination is it's not the big thing, it's that small talk, right? When you're just, like, for example, just now, when I was just about to do it, I'm like, man, I need to head out by 5:30, 5:40, and it's just like 13, 15 minutes left. I might as well do it later. Like, it's like that kind of small talk where I like, might as well do it later. Might as well. I don't need to do it now. I don't need to wake up early. I don't need to work out today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next time. That kind of stupid ass bullshit is the reason why we miss out on so many things we should have done, we could have done, but never do. And those small places are where we need to catch ourselves, right? And that's what I'm trying with these videos and all, because like just making YouTube videos and just recording myself, it's something I've been procrastinating for decades. Like I made my first YouTube account in 2011. Obviously I didn't have any thoughts of uploading any video back then, but around 2015 I had followed enough YouTubers by then to really want to try as well. I wanted to, like, put out something, something fun or whatever, like, and I've never done it. So it took me 2023, so that's like more than a decade since I first created my YouTube account. So yeah, it took me a while to get here. Like, while is a huge understatement, but yeah, I'm here today, and I hope I don't stop, and I'll try my level best that I don't stop, and I keep doing this, like, till I or YouTube ceases to exist, right? So that's a big promise, but I'm gonna try to keep it. Like, we fail, we miss out on our promises and stuff, but as long as we keep getting back to it, I feel like, all of the things I'm proud of about myself now, after, like, in the last 2 years with my self-improvement journey and stuff, with running, with pull-ups, push-ups, and all this stuff, and many of the good habits, like waking up early, going to bed on time, prioritizing sleep, prioritizing diet, like, working on my social skills, different stuff like that, which I'm still working on and which I've gotten a lot better in the last 2 years, are things that I didn't do, like, consistently initially. I had to, like, get back to it a lot. Some of them I like skipped for months, weeks, and then I got back to it. Right? I swallowed my pride, all that stupid pride about, since I missed already, might as well quit. There's some weird shit that goes in my mind, it goes in my head, and I believe most of us go through a bit similar things. We all have our own demons though, so it's a bit different for each of us, but I feel it's kind of similar, like, about how, like, when yeah, I gave my word, I'm gonna do this, and you keep doing it for a week, for a month, for a few months, and then suddenly some shit happens, life happens, and then you miss for 2 or 3 days, and then you start skipping, and then for 4 or 5 days, then you start procrastinating for weeks, and then you're like, man, whatever, right? I don't want to start again from the beginning. Let's just quit. And So like I already broke the promise, so what's the point? And that's how you completely quit it. So like I've struggled through all that and kept up most of the habits that I'm proud of today. And it's because I kept up. It wasn't because I was consistent. Yeah, I'm consistent now, but it took me months of trying to get back, you know, like Jordan Peterson says it about like you procrastinate, then you beat yourself up over it, which he says is not a good idea to do, good way to do things, but that's kind of the process I went with, at least in my experience, when I was trying to learn all these new habits, trying to cut down on all the bad habits and stuff, and I'm still struggling with it. Many of them, some of them have gotten a lot easier, like running, you know, like pull-ups, you know, those kind of stuff. For in my case, I've noticed that I'm better with keeping up with like physical habits. For some reason, it's much easier to keep up with like really physical habits, but like trying to learn like how, like for example, the Japanese lesson thing, which you guys already know that I procrastinated twice. Yes, yeah, today I'll definitely do it, but yesterday and day before yesterday. So like learning that kind of stuff, the mental work, I procrastinate more on that. So like with the physical stuff, I seem to be much more successful. So I still need to work on that. Even typing and stuff, which I'm trying to get like to a crazy like 200 words per minute, minimum 160 words per minute, which is I'm missing out on it again. Like if you guys are following me on Instagram, you know I'm missing out on Instagram. I take a picture of my, like, you know, this test, like this 10 fast fingers, this test. I take a picture of it every day and post it on Instagram. So people who follow me on Instagram can check my accountability with that. So I'll probably make a video of my typing as well. You know, maybe something like the pull-ups, push-ups video I do, like every month do one video. So I can keep a record of my progress and you guys can check up on where I'm at with my ambition, huge ambition on that. So yeah, so habits are hard, good habits are harder, and then it's way harder to maintain them even. And this is probably why, you know, like we all know, everyone knows the path to success, right? Everyone knows how to be great at something. You just keep doing it, but that's the hard part. We often, you know, there's that same line I keep repeating, like success comes from doing the ordinary thing, the basic ordinary thing, for an unordinarily long period of time, right? So basically success is all about sticking to it, even when you feel like, often even when you feel like, you know what, I could be doing something else, you know, but you keep doing it, because once you keep doing it, eventually you find out a lot of like small nuances about things that differentiate you from people who have done it for a very short period of time, right? Unless they're a genius or something like that, but which is very rare. So even with running and pull-ups, push-ups, which I've done the most, like among my habits, that's probably the most consistent one I've been with. And over time, even though I kept doing it and the progress was very little, so often in lots of periods, you know, in a few weeks and stuff, over months, I've learned small things which, you know, my body has, it's like automatically learned because I kept doing it. And those small things about like fine-tuning how I tie my laces, how I get my dresses ready, like my clothes, running clothes ready, how to like dry them right before after I come from running, and you know, small details which made my life easier as the months went by. And it's much more automatic for me now. I can go through them auto mode without having to think about it, right? With pull-ups as well, the same thing. Like, you know, I don't have to get ready for pull-ups and stuff because the bar is right there in my door. But small things about the warm-up, cool down and stuff, like you keep doing it and then you learn to, your brain just, I guess, adapts, and then your brain finds like small things that would often be the biggest obstacle for you when you were new and starting to get that habit properly. Like small things that would give you the excuse to not do it that day those kind of small things, you slowly grind them down and get over them over time, and your basically your the initial start of the habit every day becomes easier and easier over time, because you eliminate those small obstacles and small frictions in your daily life that stops you, or that gives you opportunities, gives your lazy mind the opportunity to come up with excuses to not do it, right? So yeah, so that's kind of my own experience, and I believe I'll have a lot more to share, and probably great, actually decent tips after I've done all this stuff, everything I'm doing for 3 years. Some of them I've been doing for 2 years, but probably by the time I'm doing all this stuff for 5 years, I'll probably have enough to at least give good advice to people who are starting out, right? Or who knows, man, I might turn this thing in this just accountability diary on this YouTube into actually professional work, like a coaching or something like that. So that would be lovely if I could do it. I could turn this into a full-time thing, but for now, this is what I'm doing, accountability and everything. So, and it's been going great so far. So it's hard, I do miss, and you guys are well aware of the things I'm missing, and this is I guess this is I'm not a big fan of asking for subscribers and all that stuff, but with my accountability thing, it would be like, you don't need to, but if you want to, for whatever reason, or maybe you just want someone relatable who's posting their vulnerability and their procrastinations out in public, you can check out my Strava for my runs and workout accountability, and also Instagram for my other typing and all that stuff. So yeah, so that's where I post my wake up time as well, my own Instagram, how early I wake up or how late I do sometimes, or sometimes if I miss. I don't think I've missed yet though. So anyways, yeah, that's it for today. Thanks once again to anyone who's tuned in. I appreciate it, and yeah, I need to go for a run. Today is run day, and see you guys later on the Japanese lesson. All right.